Hi, this is Sarah from Aldersign, or Sarah Alderson, and welcome to my tutorial on twisting stitches. Twisted stitches create much more definition about the stitch, so they're really good for creating pattern and texture. And you can either twist knit stitches or purl stitches, and so I'm going to do a tutorial now to show you how to do both. The swatch that I've started, and it's got some twisted panels in it. So if you can see that all the knit stitches on this side are twisted, and what it does is it just raises them slightly more away from the purl stitches that are on the background, and so it makes them just a bit more prominent and much easier to see. That's what gives it its extra texture, and that's why it makes pretty patterns. So I'm going to show you how to do the knit stitches in twist. Now I knit continentally, so I'll show you continental first, and then I will show you in English style. So just do the few purls. Right, so this stitch is a knit stitch that's going to be twisted. So to twist a stitch, you knit into the back loop of it. So instead of going through the front loop like that you normally would do, you're going to put the needle in between the back and front leg, going out to the back. And this is called knitting into the back of the loop. So normally you'd knit into the front that way. This time you're going to knit into the back. So if you just knit into it, slide it off, you can see a small twist. So do a couple more purls. And again, another twist stitch, you're going into the back, round, grab the yarn, and pull it through. And a couple more purls. Now if I just swap sides. So this is going to be English knitting, holding the yarn in my right hand. Again, you put the needle in exactly the same way. So you're going, instead of going through the front like that, you're going through the back of the loop. And you're going from right to left, through the back and out. And then you wrap the yarn and bring through a stitch. Bring the yarn forwards, do a couple of purls. And then bring the yarn back round to do a knit stitch into the back of the stitch, out the back leg, wrap the yarn and bring it through. So that's all you need to do for a knit twisted stitch. It's very easy, but it creates quite a nice texture. Now some patterns will also ask for you to twist on the purls, and this will most commonly happen when you turn your work round and you have to work a wrong side row. So it doesn't show up particularly well, but all the purls on this part are twisted because you've twisted them on the other side. So I'm going to show the English method first, since my yarn's over this side. So I'm going to knit the first three. Right, so for a purl stitch, normally you come from the back to the front like that. However, to twist it, you're going to come behind the stitch and come round and through the middle of it. So it's literally all the way behind the stitch, but then up through the middle. So take the yarn to the front, as you do with all purls, round behind and up through middle. It's much easier if you don't have really tight stitches, because that's quite a difficult stitch to get into. And then you purl it as normal and slide off. I'll show you again for the next stitch. So the yarn to the front, you bring the needle round behind and up through the middle of the stitch, and then purl as normal. Now I'm going to show the continental way. Do a couple of knits. So normal continental, you bring the yarn in front and you do exactly the same. You come round behind, up through the middle, wrap the yarn round and out through the back. So round behind, wrap the yarn as normal. Just mess that one up. And off. You can also do it, if I just undo these last few stitches, Norwegian style. So Norwegian style is where the yarn is kept behind, and this time you keep the needle behind the yarn and the yarn stays behind the work. Put focus there. And you come up through the middle of the stitch exactly the same way, so around behind and up through the middle, bring the yarn round, pick up the yarn, and then take it out the back. Couple of knits, and another which one. So that's a normal way to purl. This one's twisted, so you're coming up through the middle and around from behind, pick up the yarn, and out through the back. And if I turn this around, you can see all those two rows that I've just done, the knit and the purl, has twisted a stitch. And you can tell because instead of coming down in a V, like this one here, which is open at the bottom, it's crossed at the bottom of the V. So that was the stitch that I didn't twist, and you can see it stretches apart a little bit more and it is open at the bottom. So just move the needle that way. And then the two above it, they come down into a point, so a proper V, and that's a twisted stitch. So I hope you enjoy playing around with twisted stitches. I really like them because they create a really nice pattern and texture. And let me know if you have any problems. Bye!